Hey everybody, sitting here enjoying myself on the beautiful beach of Boracay since we don't have to be at campus right now, right? Time to relax, take it easy, do nothing much, right? Wrong! I'm in the office right now. We're studying, we're working hard. I'm here to teach. You guys are going to learn, right? Right. All right. With that out of the way, let's get started here, shall we? My name's Andrew Lasher, and I'm the professor for the WAE 194 course. Make sure you're in the right place, I guess, but if you're in the Google Classroom and getting this, pretty sure you are in the right place, huh? All right, so anyway, first things first. I'm very happy to meet you all. I feel super uncomfortable with this because I'm used to the classroom and this was a big surprise for me, and I think you feel the same way, and we're just going to do the best we can do. We're supposed to only have online classes for 2 weeks, knock on wood. And if that is the case, I'm just going to upload PPTs and assignments and do some videos like this and try to avoid any live stuff because number one, I don't know how to do it well, and number two, I don't think we can replicate that in-class feeling, you know? So hopefully we'll be together in 2 weeks, but who knows. All right, first things first. This is, like I said, the WAE 194 class, and I want to explain it a little bit because this is an EFL course, an English language class. But it's also more than that because I want you to work on your critical thinking skills. I want you to think about, how we solve problems, how we think about problems, because that's going to really be what's helpful for you later. And also by getting these critical thinking skills, we do become better English users and better writers specifically. So first, I'm going to start with a little bit of a quote here. So if we look up there, we can see, is it over there? I don't know. Up there. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference. By Elie Wiesel. So what does that mean? At this point in class, normally we would talk a little bit, but unfortunately we can't do that. So why not sit and think about it for a couple seconds? Why are we talking about opposites here? What does that mean? All right. Now, let's go on to our first little assignment, okay? If we look up at the next slide in the PPT, we see that there are 2 poems there. The first is This Is Just to Say by William Carlos Williams. I'll read it quickly. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. The second poem is by a guy named Sam Garland, and it's I Lick the Bread. My name is Cal, and when it's night, or when the moon is shining bright, and all the men have gone to bed, I stay up late, I lick the bread. Which one of these poems do you like? How do you feel about them? Let's stop the video here for just a second. Take maybe 5 minutes. Just think about it. What do you know about these poems? Don't look it up or anything. Just use your own mind. How do you feel? I will wait. Good. Okay, now I will tell you a little bit. William Carlos Williams is he still is famous, but he's dead, sadly. He was a very famous American poet. Sam Garland, on the other hand, is just some guy on the internet. That doesn't mean that William Carlos Williams' poem is better than Sam Garland's, right? We can't make that type of quality decision. There's no way to know, right? It's up to you. You have to decide. Do you like this one? Do you like this one? I don't know. I like them both. That's fine. Now, what I would like to do is I would like you to write a paragraph briefly about thinking about these two poems. What do you think? So we're going to pause again here. Please pause the video. Go into the Google Classroom. There should be a question posted which says, please write a paragraph about the poems. Write a little reading response in there. What do you think? Do you like one more? What do they mean to you? Remember, there is no correct answer here, okay? It's just totally up to you. You need to activate your brain. You need to think about it. So let's pause. Good. All right, moving forward. Google Classroom. If you're seeing this, you're already in the Google Classroom, so we're not going to worry about it. If somehow not, please email me. My email is in the syllabus. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the course a little bit. I'm going to try and go through this really quickly because who wants to watch a long video? And I feel like it's getting long enough already. So we're going to talk about the syllabus really quickly. We're going to talk about the readings that we do. We're going to talk about the textbook, quick preview. We're going to talk about our in-class assignments. We're going to talk about journals, quizzes and tests that we need to go through, and writing assignments and conferencing. And that should cover basically everything. If you hear children talking in the background, I have to tell you, we have online learning. My kids have online learning as well. So I have to watch them at work at the exact same time. Right, Hannah?
Yes.
Come over here. You can see my daughter. This is Hannah. Say hi, Hannah.
Hello.
And Taeyang. Oh, there's a second one. There's Taeyang. Say hi, Taeyang.
Hello.
Okay, now go away and please be quiet. I have them playing Minecraft to try and keep them quiet, but it's not perfect. All right, first is the syllabus. Now, here's the thing about the syllabus. It may or may not change based on how this whole online class thing goes. If it's only 2 weeks, the syllabus will stay the same. If it goes longer than that, we're going to have to change the grading in some ways that I'm not really sure about. But for right now, we're going to keep the grading the way it is, and we will discuss it later, because if we do this online thing, we're going to have a participation grade or more of a participation grade. I really don't know. This whole thing is very new to me as well. All right, but when we look at the syllabus, it has the weekly plans. That's okay. We're going to follow them. Google Classroom also has all your assignments already in there for essay due dates, journal due dates, things like that. So keep an eye on that. Please carefully read in the syllabus the parts about plagiarism. Do not copy other people's work. Do not copy things online. We'll talk about it more in detail later, but use your own work. Simple. Attendance policy. SUNY Korea has an attendance policy. If you miss more than 15% of classes, you will fail automatically. I think that's about 6 classes. So don't miss class. I'll tell you a story. Students that go to class every day and do all their work get good grades. Students that don't go to class every time and don't do all their work fail. Pretty easy. Come to class, do your work. All right, disabilities, support. If you have any issues, please see me. You can talk to people on the second floor about it. We can work something out for you if you need help. Critical incident management. Knock on wood, I think there's no way in an English class for you to get hurt. We'll see. All right, next, the book. Boom. Great Writing 4, Great Essays by Keith S. Fultz. If you look at the slide, take a picture with your phone, the scanner, it will take you to Yes24 or Aladdin. You can buy a new book. You can buy a secondhand book. I don't care, but buy the book. Do it now. Today's assignments, I will scan the pages. They're on Google Classroom. That's fine. But in the future, you need your own book. So please, please, please buy the book. It will get delivered quickly to your home, okay? One other thing, make sure you get the full book. A previous student saw there was type A and type B, and he bought type A, and it was only half of the book. Buy the full book. I have a laugh track over there. All right, in-class assignments. This is participation, writing, peer editing, discussion, in-class writing assignments. at-home writing assignments like we're doing now, right? We're going to have a couple of them today, and going forward every day we're going to do it. Journal writing. I want you to write a journal in Google Docs 3 times per week.
3 times.
I am not giving you a word count, okay? It should be the right amount. If you write it out and you feel shame, write more. If you look at it and you're like, yeah, that looks pretty good, that's the right amount. If we have problems, we will talk about it later, but please just do the right amount and we won't have to worry about it. Now, what should the journal be? First, the journal should be about readings that we do in and out of class. We should do reading responses. Second, we should talk about things that are being done in class. Third, we should talk about whatever is happening at SUNY in general. And finally, if you really have nothing left to write about, you can write about personal stuff.
You can write about.
All right. Your first essay. We're going to talk about it in detail, but I put the assignment on Google Classroom already. There's a paper in there that gives you the basic assignment. It's an essay. The first draft is due March 18th. Today, hopefully you're watching this right away, is March 2nd. It's a compare and contrast essay. Aha! If we go back to that second slide, the opposites. We compare and contrast. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Compare and contrast. This all makes sense. Okay, so what I want you to do is find 2 career choices and compare and contrast them. Now, anyone can compare and contrast a CEO and a garbage collector. That's not fun and interesting, is it? I want you to find maybe 2 jobs that are very similar and talk about how different they are. Or 2 jobs that seem very different but are actually quite similar. That's going to make a better essay, isn't it? All right, the screen says 750 to 900 words. I'm going to say, yeah, 3 pages, double-spaced, okay? 3 full pages. That's not 2 pages in a line, lazy ones. All right, I want APA formatting. We're going to talk about that in the future. Don't worry too much now. And we're going to need in-text citations and a reference page. Again, next video probably. We're running out of time. All right, second writing assignment. We have a writing diagnostic. Normally in class you would do it and I would read it. This way I have to trust you. Don't cheat. There's no reason to cheat. What's the point? It's not going to help you. What I want you to do is display problem-solving abilities, okay? So I have a 2-step writing assignment. It's going to be 2 different paragraphs. The first part is to write a paragraph thinking critically about a problem. How am I going to solve this problem? And what I want you to do is just kind of write a simple paragraph that states, okay, to solve this problem, first I am going to do this, and then I will do this, and then this, and finally I will get the answer to the problem. Easy peasy, right? Lemon squeezy. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, and then in the second part, what I want you to do is we're going to take that first part, we're going to go online, we're going to search for the actual correct answer, and then we are going to write the second paragraph that discusses the difference or similarity between our answer and the correct answer and why it's different. Now here's the thing, I don't care if you are correct in the first paragraph. I just want your ideas. That's the important part. All right, so the assignment. You are climbing Mount Everest, March 20th, 2020. How much longer is the day at the top of the mountain compared to the day at sea level at that latitude, right? What does that mean? Higher elevation, the sun stays up longer, right? The horizon is further away.
Daddy,
So how do we... Excuse me, children. I'm trying to do work. So explain to me how we can figure out how much longer the day is between sea level and the top of Mount Everest, right? What kind of assumptions do we need to make? What do we need to know? Don't do any research. Just come up with the ideas. That's it. Walk me through the process that you're going to take. Then, after you finish that, the second part is go online, do a little bit of research, figure out what the correct answer is, type that up, compare it to your previous answer, discuss why it's different, how similar it is, what maybe you would change in your thinking next time, something like that. Explain what you're thinking after you know the correct answer. All right? Now, there's a bonus. The bonus is actually answer the question. How much longer would the day be? I have no idea. I'm going to do a little bit of Googling right after this video and maybe figure it out. And the second question is, why did I choose March 20th of 2020? Is it random? No, I chose it for a reason. But why?
Because you want to.
All right. Last but not least, how long has this been going on for?
100 minutes.
My children are getting bored and noisier, so let's move ahead quickly. Grammar review. All right, this is very simple. First, we're going to talk about word types, okay? What are the different word types? There are 8 of them, aren't they? Here's a list. How do we know the difference? I want you to think about it a little bit. I'm not going to go into detail. This is very easy, okay? Second part, verb tenses. How many verb tenses do we have?
100.
Well, if we add tense and aspect, I'm going to say we have 12, right? We have past, we have present, we have future. Then we have simple, we have continuous, we have perfect, and we have perfect continuous, right? You can see the list above. Very good. All right. What is the difference between a phrase and a clause? This is what Hannah is learning in 2nd grade right now. A phrase is a collection of words that is missing either a subject or a verb or both, right? It can't be a sentence. A clause, on the other hand, is a sentence. It has both a subject and a verb and could stand as a sentence by itself. Of course, some of them have subordinators. We get into it later. But that's it, right? Look at the examples. Good. Sentence types. Simple sentence. One clause all by itself, right? I like pizza. Compound sentence. We use fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Right? I like pizza and I want to eat some right now. Compound sentence. Very good. Complex sentence. We use a subordinator. Maybe because. I like pizza because it is delicious. And then we have compound complex sentences where we use both fanboys and a subordinator. I like pizza and I want to eat some right now because it is delicious. Bing, bang, boom. Done for the day. All right, let's take a look at the homework very quickly. There's a reading I posted online. It is called The Western Women's Harem. It's on Classroom right now. Read it, annotate it. That means take some notes. We'll talk about annotation later, but for the time being, I want you to do some deep thinking, so do some note-taking while you read it. There's also a question posted on Google Classroom about the reading that I would like you to go into and answer. And I want you to comment on 2 other students' answers, all right? So after you write your answer, you read other people's answers, you write a comment. Doesn't have to be anything huge. Let's say 2 sentences, all right? I think this comment makes a lot of sense. I totally agree with you. I like this idea. Oh, I kind of disagree with this idea, but I think this. Key, be polite. All right, the paragraph response to the 2 questions we talked about earlier, right? We read the 2 poems, we write something about it. There's a question on Google Classroom. Put your answer in there. Again, I would like 2 thoughtful comments on other people's writing. Just write anything. Hey, I really like your analysis. Or, I feel like maybe you're missing a little depth. We can be critical, but we must be polite. All right? Good. Third, what I want you to do is the 2 paragraphs about measuring daylight on Mount Everest. Again, put them in there for the question. Comment on other people's questions. Great work. I like what you did here, all right? I want to get a little bit of back and forth. We have no discussion with online class, so I want to work on that. Good. Keep up with the journals 3 times a week. You have your first reading, do a reading response. Write something about it in your journal as well, okay? And finally, some writing stuff. Great essays, the book. Page 3 to page 6, all right? Read, answer the questions, write through it. I assume you haven't gotten the book yet. I'm going to post the pages on Google Classroom. Take a look. and we will discuss that in our next video. Please have all of this stuff finished by, let's say, Wednesday at 10 a.m., okay? Some of you have Tuesday, Thursday class. Some of you have Monday, Wednesday class. But we're going to put them all together for the video. I'm not going to make 4 different videos with 4 different due dates. So, no matter what class you have, we're going to post the videos Monday morning, Wednesday morning. And you can watch them and go through the work at your leisure, but just make sure they're done by, Wednesday or Monday so we can keep going. All right? Professor Andy out.